Hey guys, it's Ted with OAXRAY, and I got a question about the buy box, so I want to go over that today. We're going to talk about what is the Amazon buy box, how do you get it, how do you keep it, and why aren't you getting it now? So here we are on an Amazon page which has the buy box. If you see right here, this little area right here which shows the price and it tells you who the item is shipping from, Amazon Digital Services, and you can add the item to the cart instantly. These are all indicators that the item has a buy box. And since 82% of the sales come from the buy box, you want to make sure you're here and your buy box is not either suppressed or that you're just not making it into the buy box rotation. So let me show you an item that does not have a buy box right now, and that is this Hatchimals item right here. Now you might say, well, I'm this lowest price seller at $230 right here, but I'm still not getting the buy box. The reason is on this listing is because the MSRP on this item is $60, and these sellers are selling it for $230. Amazon does not want people to have a bad experience, so they're saying, unless you lower your price, we're not going to promote it in our buy box. So you have to be conscious of the price and availability and things like that. So we're going to go over one by one what Amazon tells us that they're using to make their buy box decisions. So I'm going to Amazon and I just typed in increase your chance of winning the buy box. And these are some things that you can do to increase your chances of winning the buy box. So first of all, we want to price the item competitively. It does not mean you have to be the very lowest price. If you're 2 cents above somebody and your stats are pretty much the same, chances are you're probably both going to rotate in and out of the buy box. So one of the things that you might do is look into a repricer and make sure that your prices stay competitively. And certain categories only have the buy box for new condition items. So if your item is a used item, you're not going to get the buy box anyway. So this goes for new condition items only. Next thing you're going to look for is availability. If you have an item in stock and you're shipping from Virginia and the buyer is from Virginia, you're probably going to be more likely to see the buy box than someone else who's selling the same item with the same availability who is in California. Because Amazon says you're closer, it's probably going to get there faster, and that would be the best person to use to ship this product from. So some of the things you cannot control, like your location versus the buyer's location. You can't change those kinds of things. But what you can do is send your items into FBA, Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon, and then they will distribute it if you have a lot of units. If you have 50 units, they'll distribute it across the United States. And then when something sells, there's probably going to be one of your products in each one of the locations. So you're probably going to get more exposure as far as that goes. FBA almost always wins over merchant fulfilled, assuming both items are in stock. So if you have an item merchant fulfilled and it's for $20 and I have an item fulfillment by Amazon for $20, then most likely I'm going to get the buy box with the FBA item versus you having a merchant fulfilled item. Generally, people have a better experience with FBA because they know exactly when they're going to get the item. They get it within a few days. Plus, a lot of people are just prime seller or prime buyers, so they get the free shipping and they get those other perks that come along with being prime. You can also have different fulfillment options. So one thing about having a prime listing, Amazon selling on Amazon FBA, is that the buyer can choose next day, they can choose second day air, or they can choose just the standard ground shipping. And often merchant fulfilled sellers don't offer all these options. So Amazon wants the customer to have many options so that they can get the item quickly if that's what they need. The last one is going to be customer service. What does that mean? That means your ratings, essentially. Do you ship when you say you're going to ship your items? Are the items in the condition you say they're in? And the account health of your account. Are you missing shipping dates? Or if you're selling FBA and you have a lot of negative feedback, then that tells Amazon that people are not happy with your customer service. or maybe you're not labeling things properly. So you're probably going to get less exposure to the buy box when this happens. Some sellers who just start up new accounts get no buy box exposure until they get a few feedback or until they've sold a few orders, and then they eventually start giving some exposure to the buy box. So if you're just a beginner and you're starting out, I almost always recommend doing FBA, because at least you're eligible for the buy box right away, versus if you do it merchant fulfilled, Amazon says, we don't really know who this person is. We don't know how well they ship, so we're not willing to put them in the buy box right away. So these are the things you want to look for and be careful about. Make sure your pricing is good. If I were to make a decision between merchant fulfilled and FBA, I would always go FBA when I could, because that gives you a better access to the buy box. So finally, let's just do a quick overview. Make sure you keep your pricing competitively. As far as availability goes, whenever you have items, I would send them into FBA because merchant fulfilled gets less buy box exposure. And finally, your customer service. Make sure you keep your buyer metrics as high as possible. If you're selling merchant fulfilled and you say you're going to ship within 2 days, always ship within 2 days. The better your metrics, the more likely you are to get the buy box. Again, remember, 82% of sales come from the buy box. Thank you guys very much. Have a nice day and make some money using OAXRAY.